Have you been hearing about this? Failed New York State gubernatorial candidate Letitia James, who recently ran for governor and had to give up because she had no support. She got almost no poll numbers. Her party said, get the hell out. Is no longer working as the Attorney General. She went back into the Attorney General's office as a political operative for the Democrat Party, engaged in a political persecution and abusing her powers for her own personal gain. It's prosecutorial misconduct. And it began the second I came down the escalator with our great future First Lady. That beautiful escalator in Trump Tower. And it's continued ever since in an attempt to silence a president who is leading in every single poll by a lot. Never before has this happened to another president, and it is truly an absolute violation of civil rights, in my opinion, and your civil rights, too. I've been investigated by the Democrats more than Billy the Kid, Jesse James, and Al Capone combined. And in all cases, I've been innocent. We have a great sheriff right here. Where's the sheriff? Right, stand up, sheriff. We ought to send the sheriff into New York. Clean things up, sheriff. But, you know, there's never been anything like it. It just never stops. A friend of mine, smart guy, very successful guy, a lot of common sense, he said, you know, you've been investigated for years and years, millions and millions of pages of documents. They found nothing. You are the cleanest guy on earth. When you think about it, I've got to be the cleanest sheriff. I think I'm the most honest human being, perhaps, that God ever created, perhaps. Instead of persecuting Republicans, these rogue Democrat prosecutors should stop the crime and the bloodshed that is raging uncontrollably in Democrat-run cities and states. And New York, Letitia James, New York has got disastrous numbers, up a record amount, 50% more, number one for going up. So Letitia James should be focusing on New York, not focusing on, let's get Trump and let's vote all the time, let's get Trump. We've only been doing this for years, with record murders, surging violence, and drug trafficking at the highest level we've ever had. The witch hunts have to end. The depravity and corruption of our left-wing political establishment cannot be overstated. Just this week, Special Counsel John Durham outlined in court filings the, quote, joint venture or conspiracy by Democrat operatives and officials to perpetrate the Russia hoax. Russia, 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 remember? Whatever happened to that one? And then guys like the watermelon head, Schiff, he goes back. And then he goes, Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. That turned out to be another hoax. Remember that? He had a terrible call. I will tell you, you know, the president of Ukraine, they asked him about it. They said, he said, the president did nothing wrong. And I knew, he said, he didn't do anything wrong. Wasn't it great that we had the call essentially taped? Wasn't that wonderful? Did they die when they heard we had the call taped? I would have had a problem because these people are horrible liars. Shifty Schiff gets up to a microphone. This is a terrible thing for our country. I called to congratulate him on a victory. I never met the gentleman, but you know what? He's standing up tall now, and I liked him then because he had courage, and he said, we did nothing wrong. I think they thought that these people were crazy, actually. On a similar